Hi everybody, Alicia here with the Sugar Puppy on round 3 of this video. Let's see how this one goes. Alright. Love ya. Okay, so I did this. That's what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like this. I think I made it a little too, like, it just looks like she's doing that. But I did this to complement my painting series, which is a series of nail art pieces. Ooh. Also, I apologize for it being dark over here because I'm charging this light and it's just dark in here. I have the curtains drawn because it's like blazing hot outside. And yesterday, because y'all, I'm gonna show you these curtains right quick. Okay, so it's blazing hot outside, and these are blackout curtains. They're also thermal, so it's not gonna be as like, oh my god, I'm in here. However, sometimes I just really want some sunlight, you know? And so I opened the curtains yesterday and I was like, why is it so hot? I had the AC on because we have AC units now. And it was super hot in here still. And I'm just like it wasn't horrible because I mean I've done no AC at all for most of my life in Georgia during the summertime. And it gets up to and over 100 degrees. But now with the whole real fill thing, they keep telling us it's like 90 something, but the real fill is like 102. It's like, okay, this is 102 degrees. We also went driving through Texas and Arizona without air conditioning in the in September. So I know what it's like to deal with the heat. But I'm not gonna lie, I've only had air conditioning access for about a year, counting the place I was in last year, and I feel like it made me soft. I really do. But I've also had a head injury, and I'm not trying to feel worse, you know. So we're just gonna let that slide. Okay, long story short. So I'm redoing my business cards over here, as you can see, and I have these that were already printed, but they're wrong. I'll let you guys figure out why they're wrong. And as you figure that out, then comment below. The first two comments that tell me what's wrong with those, I'll give you a free sketch or something. Why? Just because as a thank you for interacting, you know? Also, sometimes I just feel like drawing something different. So characters that aren't mine. No NSFW though, so don't hit me up with that. I'll do furries, I'll do anime, I'll do ponies. I don't really care. And like I said, it's a sketch, okay? So don't abuse it. Alrighty. So I have been working on getting my prints done. But the printer has been working on my nerves. And I think that today might be my best bet because I managed to print this out and one other thing on the same sheet, and that was it, and then it stopped working. So I took the printer off. It's this one right here. I took the printer off, reset it to factory settings, doing my Wi-Fi and everything all over again so I can try to get that printing. We're going to see. I think the reason that it wasn't going is probably because everybody was here, and now the people who use the heaviest internet, or wait, the people with the heaviest internet usage are not here right now. So I'm going to take advantage of that right now. Also, ink is going to be purchased for another printer that's here because it needs ink anyway. And then I'll have double printing going. And then there's a little one over here that works. It doesn't need to be hooked into anything. I just stick my USB in there and boom, bam, baby, I'm printing 4x6 sheets. But it doesn't have ink either. So I should have done, man, I'm going to call her and ask her about that. But yeah, so I could have done that. And it just occurred to me to do that. But yeah, so this is supposed to be a 5x7. It's supposed to be borderless. And I thought this thing said that it printed borderless, but it did not print borderless. So it's a little short on either side. So I'm going to be trying them as PDFs if it will let me, because yesterday when I tried that, it did not go through. Alright, so I painted this frame, and I also painted the other one, and I've got 2 more black frames to paint. Not the squiggle ones. I love these squiggle frames, but they only had them in this size. And then I have the regular frames right here. Hold on. I'm not trying to show you guys everything because it looks a hot mess up in here. Alright. I have the, oh no, the glass broke. Okay, well that sucks. Alright. I have these 8x10s, but my paper is 8.5 by 11. But they print borderless, so I guess it doesn't matter. So thankfully it broke in the frame and not on my finger. So that I'll have to deal with that. That sucks. It's like adding insult to injury, but I'll be okay. All right, and then this is the other thing that I printed on this sheet. This is supposed to be a 4x6. This is Biscuit, and she is. It is really dark in here. Hold on, you guys. Of course it's not. All right. Well, anyway, she's got a butterfly on her nose, and she's wearing Kogal fashion, and she's going to pick strawberries because that was the theme of this one: is strawberry biscuit, cherry cocoa, and I did not do vanilla yet. I'm thinking of, I don't know who I would do for vanilla, but yeah, so there's that. And those are 2 prints that I was doing, and then I've got a few more that I want to get done. I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2 more of these, and I want to do something like kind of Sailor Moonish. I used to write a fanfic way back in the day, like back in the day, and I was thinking of taking that character that I put in my Sailor Moon fanfic, and it was kind of embarrassing. But anyway, taking that character and making art of her, and then my other character that I'm using here. You guys have seen her before. This is not done, so I'm sorry if it looks creepy. And doing prints of them. So, we'll see. We'll see. The event is on Saturday, and today is Monday. I have a ton of stuff already done, so I don't really need to be stressing out like I am, because originally I was just going to do a photo booth and sketch people, and somehow my brain was like, yes, let's do more, let's do more. I don't know why I'm like this. So, there's that. And then that's it. That's really all I had to say. I've been talking for like 6 minutes. But I'm going to splice all of this together, and you're probably not even going to see this video until well after that one. And then I have all the other videos from when I was somewhere else last year. And I don't even know if I posted any of that, because I made sticker packs, and yeah, it's a lot. I did a lot, really. You just don't know about it yet. And yes, those are my Blue Period books that I have yet to read because I have not given myself time to read them. I was getting them at the library, but they didn't have volume 14. They had volume 15. And I was like, seriously? So I went to Barnes & Noble and I just started getting them. And that's extra paint up there. And then I have paint right there. This was the paint that was in storage, so that was all bought for making the painting series that I did. And that's what's left from the painting series, because I did like 50 paintings. It's actually more than 50. But I don't want to part with like 2 of them. I'm going to go and I'm going to do a video just walking through all of the paintings one of these days. I'll have to wait till everyone's not here, because if my dad's not busy, he will be in and out of the house. And he likes to knocky knock. So, you know what? I might do it anyway. You guys will just hear what he sounds like, because sometimes he'll come in and he'll be like, knocky knock, and he'll just be knocking on the door for like what feels like forever, but it's like really just like 2 or 3 knocks. So, yeah. I don't live by myself. I don't. And that's just how that goes. That's how it is. It's like when you have people and their kids are in the background and you hear them like, Mom! Only this time it's like, Dad! So, yeah. Oh, I'll give you a tour of my shelf. Okay, without getting up. Okay, up there, that white box way there, up there at the top is binding coils. Extra coils. And then that gray thing is some markers that I got for my birthday in 2022. That pink basket, I feel like that's 2 baskets. Those are some hard baskets I got at Dollar Tree for events. That shelf on the shelf is from IKEA. This is just miscellaneous stuff, and these are like coloring pencils and where my markers were. Actually, that miscellaneous thing, it has an iron and some perler beads in it. This is the printer and the paint, some paper, some miscellaneous items like nail art charms and things for the painting series, and popsicle sticks that I use to make easels for small paintings. And then these are books, notebooks, and some empty or blank canvases. And yes, those are Japanese study books, so I need to get my butt in gear and start studying Japanese again. Because in all actuality, if I had stuck with it when I first started, I would be fluent by now. But I did not. Just like I would be fluent in Spanish if I kept going. Because I took Spanish for like 12 years, not counting college. And did I take, no, it feels like it. Let me think. I studied Spanish all throughout high school. I studied Spanish in middle school. I studied a little bit in elementary school, and I studied Spanish in college. So that's not exactly 12 years, but it's over the span of 12 years I was studying. But I did not do any extracurricular studying, and that is very, very important when you're learning a language. You can't just study. And matter of fact, with any kind of study, make sure you're studying outside of the classroom, okay? Not just studying for the test, because we learn to study for tests. I don't want to just study for the test. I want to study for my own knowledge. And if you're studying for your own knowledge, you end up learning more, which is why I know so much about like Japanese street fashion and certain art things, because I studied outside. That's why I know so much about animals, and I've forgotten a lot, but I was studying outside. So make sure you do that. Okay, so that's what that is. And then my tablet, which I use as a computer. The art stuff I already showed you. And that is the tour of this site. Oh, this light. Okay. This is a camping light that I got on Amazon to go with my tent, because I have an event tent now. Oh, wow. I feel like I've come up in the world. But I have an event tent, and this light goes on the inside of that. It's going to hang from the top. And it's very, very bright. And I used it yesterday because, again, it's dark in here. So you can just charge it with a USB, and it'll stay on for quite a while, several hours as a matter of fact. So that's what I had over there. And then over here behind me, I might do that in another video, because I have my cash register out, which I really, 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 really like. But it's not working properly. It makes weird sounds when you push the buttons. They go, meh, like the battery's dying, instead of going beep. And if you hold it upside down, it'll go beep. But then the register drawer is not closing all the way either. And I literally just got it a few days ago, so I don't know why it's doing that. And then one of the little feet on the bottom was coming off, and I'm just like, I just got this. What is going on? But the event is on Saturday, so I can't take it back right now. And it took long enough to get this. It's so cute, though. It is a learning resources calculator. If you ever saw, what was it, Youpie Fish? Somebody had one in Artist Alley, and I was like, that is exactly the sort of thing I would do. So I love this little sucker. It's just not, it's not giving right now, but it's okay. It's all right. I also think I left my money pouch in there, so I probably should go get that. Yeah. So that's it. That's all. I used to do Artist Alleys way back in the day. I keep saying way back in the day. Sometimes I feel like I'm super old, because growing up, my dad would always tell me I was too old for everything. But we're not gonna go down that kind of rabbit hole today. No, but seriously, I haven't done an anime con since 2011, and I really miss going. I was kind of priced out of the Artist Alley, because at that point I was just still learning, and by that point I had been doing them, gosh, since 2002. So I did 2002 to 2011. I only missed 2010 because of a family thing where they needed me to help out doing something, so I couldn't go that year, so I had to cancel. But I never really made back table. People are always talking about how they make back table, and I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? So I've been watching a ton of videos lately, and I was also looking at a Reddit page where they were talking about, has anyone started Artist Alley later in life? And I feel like I'm not that old, but obviously compared to somebody who graduated college, like at the proper age, not at my age when I graduated, I would be considered older, because like I am an older millennial. I'll just put that out there. I'm Care Bear years old. So obviously I am older. But I also really miss doing that, and I want to do it again. Lord help me, I want to do it again. I don't know. I don't know. So we'll see. Because like I said, back then I never made back table. And now it's not being gate kept so much. And it wasn't gate kept too much back then. I remember talking to Danny Valentini. Was it? I think it was him. And he was telling me about how to charge prices. He said that when you're pricing stuff, you charge, you start off with whatever price you choose to charge at. And he said when you get to the point where you cannot keep up with your demand, then you raise your prices. Now, your base price should be some kind of a livable wage for you. But, general speaking, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah. And that's all I really have to say. I really wanted to just come on here and let you guys know that I am still around, even though I haven't been posting. I might post this today. I don't know. Today is Monday, August 24th, and I'm just going to have a backlog of stuff for my vlog. And I've got a lot of video editing that I do not want to do, which is another reason I haven't been on here. So, yeah. Yeah, because I even remember I took some footage of me actually prepping and doing the paintings, like doing the backgrounds of these paintings. So that's what I was doing for several months. I was working from November to February, April, somewhere around there. And I just did 59 by 12s plus, because I thought I was under, and I kept doing them. So I think I ended up with like 54 after everything was said and done. But I had to pull some due to quality issues. Like one of them accidentally ripped the freaking painting, and it looks really weird now. I'm not going to say what it looks like. Whenever I show that, you guys will see for yourselves. This is from holding the phone. This is how tight I was holding the phone to keep from having it shake. So, yeah. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. I should get my tripod out instead of being lazy because it's right over there. And I didn't buy it for no reason. Alright. I will talk to you guys later. I hope your day is going good. If not, I hope your tomorrow is better. Be safe out there.